Hey YouTube, this is a little update. This is Todd T here. Just did a water change. Did about a 25 gallon on the 55 gallon tank. And this is right afterwards. The tank was looking pretty bad before I did the water change. There's my Plico. It's gotten quite large. He was a little baby when I got him. He's about a year in the tank now. That fin on the top is huge. He's grown dramatically. I don't know how big he's going to get. He likes the camera, this one. Alright, some of these other guys I've had for, he's about a year. This big orange guy I've had for probably three and a half years. And that's his pigment. It almost looks like something's wrong with him. He's very light and he's got a couple of dark patches of orange on him. I think he's a red zebra actually. If he turns around, the other side is very light and he has one little patch. See that? One little dark patch of orange on him. The rest is light. It's been like that for years. And the one he's chasing is also one of the other large ones. I can't add too much to this tank because I added two small females, figured get some breeding going on, and they were dead the next day. What I did add is a Texas cichlid. He's hiding somewhere right now. He'll pop up. I saw him this morning before I did the water change. He hides quite a bit. He's a good sized fish. He's doing okay, but yeah, I can't really add much. I got about 10 fish in here, including the catfish. And if I try to add anything, and all the LFS, they tell me they don't, they only sell the small ones because the big ones like this, they cost too much and nobody buys them. So it's either bring these guys in for some small ones, which I don't want to do. I've had them for years, or just deal with the ones I have in the tank. And you know what? For the size of the tank, it's probably a good amount of fish to have in it, because I still got to do water changes about once a week, week and a half on the outside, because they're very messy. But I'm trying to find, where's Texas hiding out? He's hiding in the back. His fin's moving between the plant and the heater. Some of these guys do that. They just hang out like that, and you'll think something's wrong, and you'll disturb them, and they'll swim across the tank, and they're fine the next day even too. They just hide out like that. But that's him back there with his fins moving, sticking vertically into the gravel. So this smaller red zebra right there, I thought he was dead I don't know how many times. He just would be sitting in a plant, and I'm like, oh no, and I touch him and he swims across the water. Just his behavior. They like to hide. Got two caves here, they like to hide in there. The one day that smaller orange one was in there, and my striped Raphael, which is in back of this rock. I'll zoom in a little bit. That's his tail sticking out. Him I've had over 4 years. All right, there's the front of him in there, just hiding back there. He was stuck in the rock, and I reached in and turned the rock a little bit, and he freed himself and came out, and then out came this guy. Who knows how many hours he had him trapped in there, and why he did that. But when he decides to park himself, he just parks, and that's it. It's like, okay, that's where I'm staying. Nothing's gonna bother me. And they probably think I'm dead and they'll leave me alone, and that's what he does. And this guy is probably the closest thing to an electric blue. My wife actually picked that one up probably about 2 years ago. He's kind of small for the tank. I didn't think he'd make it exactly, and but he did, and I'm glad, because he cost about $30 just for him. It's a blue, I think I called it a blue zebra. He's quite a few years old too. He's doing well. All right, and that's about it. Just did a huge water change. Everything's looking good. Water's a little bit, that's all the stuff floating around from, it's a high resolution camera here. It's all the stuff floating around from doing the water change. But tomorrow, or worst comes the next day, it'll be crystal clear. And that's actually some of my gravel. I switched to crushed coral. I actually saw a few places where they have that, and it's helping a lot with the pH staying stable and the GH and KH staying where I need it to be, rather than adding all kinds of supplements. I had the Cichlid sand. I didn't like it. It's too light, and I've seen them actually spit it right into the filter intakes. Real helpful, guys, for doing that for me. But yeah, I didn't like that too much. I like this much better. It's actually, you can actually see the shells in it and stuff. Plus, I have some shells I got from my local beach that I cleaned up and put in. I think it adds a nice touch to it. Some more shells over here. Local beach. And I have some pearl white rocks too that are probably buried amongst the substrate right now. Alright, that's it for now.